Welcome everybody here on a Thursday night. It feels like it's been forever since we've been here in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Last week was Thanksgiving and all that, so we took that time off to spend with friends and family and all that stuff, but it's time to get back to racing, and better yet, playoff racing. This starts our playoffs here. This is the round of 8 from Nashville Superspeedway. Going to be a lot of great racing here tonight. On a kind of a tricky track. I mean, it's 1.3 miles, so it's not quite a mile and a half. It's definitely not quite a short track either. So these drivers out here tonight are really going to have to navigate a lot of different things in order to have a good race, and for these 8 playoff drivers, really be able to advance to the next round. And speaking of those 8 playoff drivers, let's take a look at who they are here. Been a great season for a lot of these guys here, but as you can see up on screen, Joe Yakes, Nathan Maurer, Scott Rankin, Regis Clark, Alex Cruz, William the Piano Man Schroeder, Doug Neal, and Jake Ham all make the round of 8. As you can see, the points reset. Some bonus points for wins for the season and also winning the regular season championship, which Joe Yakes did. So only 9 points separating first place from 8th place at this point in time. And tonight, Jamie, 2 drivers' playoff hopes will be diminished. I'll throw that back to myself. Never mind. But back to the stream here and back to the race. Again, 100 laps here tonight. They're going to run about 52 laps on a tank of fuel, so the pit stops will definitely come into play here. And there's going to be a lot of different things that are coming into play. This track tends to eat up some tires as well. So these guys are really going to be looking at their pit strategy, and it's going to be interesting to watch some of these drivers, whether or not they get out there and they try to go for the win, or some of them try to play it safe and get into that round of 6. But our starting lineup has been set, and we'll get to that right now. Starting on the pole here this evening, one of our playoff drivers, Nate Maurer, in that 971 from Simbox Motorsports with a lap time of 30.099. So congratulations to him. Starting to his outside is going to be Jake Ham in that number 3, another one of our playoff drivers. The first Goat Locker Racing entry, Cody McElwain in that number 6 machine, starting in 3rd. To his outside, our regular season champion, Joe Yakes in that number 87. Starting in 5th is going to be Travis Bieber in that 114. To his outside, Timothy DeLugas in the number 59. Starting 7th, David Camara in that 02. And his outside, Greg Barnett. Doug Neal, another one of our playoff drivers, is going to roll off the starting grid here tonight in 9th position. Another playoff driver in our Goat Locker Racing's own, Alex Cruz, is going to roll off 10th. Starting in 11th, the other Goat Locker Racing entry here tonight, Ryan Pendleton in that Veterans 48, number 23 machine. Starting in 12th is going to be Regis Clark, another playoff driver here. Starting 13th, our last playoff driver here on the grid is going to be Scott Rankin in that number 49. To his outside, Michael Yakes in that number 17. Starting 15th is going to be Andy Kurtz in that number 48. 16th, Mike Browning in that number 4. Starting in 17th is Matt Knighties in the 64. To his outside, Jamie Mullins in the 66. In the number 19 of William Schroeder, and I apologize, William Schroeder, another one of our playoff drivers, is going to roll off the grid at 19th. Tony Minton in that number 14 machine in 20th. Mike Bertosa rolling off 43rd. To his outside is going to be John Anthony. As you can see that Patrick Drabick and Jamie Barkus will not be starting the race here tonight. We have joined the race in order to do race control. So that is our starting lineup here tonight for the Goat Locker Racing Playoffs Round of 8. As these guys are still sitting on pit road waiting to take off here. And pace truck gets ready to pull off, and we are going to get underway here very shortly. Looking forward to a lot of great racing here tonight. And, well, again, it's the playoffs. So seeing which one of these drivers can get these trucks and advance to this next round. So a little bit lighter of a field here tonight. We usually expect 30 or so trucks, but a lot of guys end up bowing out of these playoff races. Don't want to really come out here and mess up anybody's night or things along those lines. But still a great group of guys out here tonight. And just like in real life, I mean, we got a lot of drivers out here like Cody McElwain that's going to start here in 3rd, that's out here running for a win. So we're going to see how these non-playoff drivers and playoff drivers kind of mix it up together here tonight. Looks like for the purpose of this evening, due to some technical difficulties, I'll be doing the broadcast solo. Pace truck is off. We're getting ready to get underway here in the playoffs in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. And the green flag is out, and we're underway. So it looks like Nathan Moyer gets a pretty good start there. Jake Ham to his outside. Cody McElwain steps up to the outside. Looks like that might be the place to be on these early starts. Got Travis Beaver down to the 6 machine right now. As all the trucks start to sort themselves out, the top 3 break away. Travis Beaver to the top now. We stay under green here. Head up and check in on our leader right now. As Nate Moyer's got that 971 out to the front. Goodness, it looked like a couple guys back there trying to get 3 wide. Get it sorted out, think better of it. Joe Yakes right now finds himself in the middle of a hornet's nest. Hoping, these guys get everything sorted out. As we see that 02 machine, David Camera continue to try to move his way forward. See the top 2 trucks right now, Nathan Bauer and Jake Ham, kind of start to pull away from the field here a little bit as we're seeing Cody McElwain start to fall back into that little hornet's nest there. A lot of trucks back here volleying for position. And I know some of these guys are going to try to take it easy on the tires here. Maybe that's what Cody McElwain's doing at this point in time. As Joe Yakes is still trying to work his way up to the field. Take a look back. Regis Clark, another one of our playoff drivers right now, running back in that 11th position. He's got another one of the playoff drivers right behind him in 12th position, Alex Cruz. William Pianoman Schroeder has got that number 22 post office machine running up to the 14th position right now. Scott Rankin has fallen all the way back to 20th position. Not sure what happened on the start there, but he has definitely fallen back here. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see exactly what the strategy is here. I don't know if he's gone into fuel saving or... Well, we'll just have to watch the race here and see how it all kind of plays out. We'll head back up front here and check in on our leaders. Now, David Kammerer has moved himself up into 3rd position. Cody McElwain has fallen back to 4th. Joe Yakes is in 5th position. Doug Neal runs in 6th. Travis Beaver back in 7th. Ryan Pendleton in that number 23 Veterans 48 machine has moved himself up into 8th. Greg Barnett in 9th. Regis Clark back there in 10th position. Regis Clark and Alex Cruz continue to try to carve their way up to the field as they continue to run nose to tail. We'll head back up front here and check in on our leaders.
I have overcome my issue. Without me.
Well, there was a brief moment in time. We were having some technical difficulties, but hey, live from Texas, it's Jamie Barks. Seeing a lot of great racing here around the track. These guys really got things sorted out. And right now it looks like everybody's just kind of logging some laps here. We definitely still see some of the guys trying to make some moves up through the field. But a lot of our playoff drivers right now looks like they've settled into the place they want to be in. And are just making some laps. Joe Yakes was able to make it around Cody McElwain. As Cody McElwain is going to fall back here a little bit. He's going to come under fire from Doug Neal and Travis Beaver here very shortly. And I tell you, Jamie, that's one of the things I love about this league. The drivers who are able to do it simple here is guys can utilize that kind of strategy, knowing that we're not going to get 53 cautions, and they can start from the beginning of the race and go, okay, I can conserve tires because I know we're going to run some green flag laps here. I know that you could get into a long green flag run, as we often do here at the Goat Locker Racing Series. So I do think you're right. I think some of that is going to come into play. I think there's some guys being very conservative right now. Nate Maurer continues to set a blister pace out front. Jake Ham is now starting to fall back a little off of him. So we'll continue to watch these guys up front here a little bit. We're starting to reach that.
Got a wreck. Perfect wall. I think everybody can get around it.
That was Doug Neal, who's slow on the track right now, one of our playoff drivers. Yeah, the rear end of that truck shows the damage for sure. So first bit of heartbreak for one of our playoff drivers here tonight as Doug Neal gets up into the wall.
And right now, Nate Maurer needs to not let that affect him at all. Definitely, my teammate runs into trouble early in the playoffs. Would that take your focus away? Forget about it.
Yeah, fully agree with you on that one. A lot of times sitting in those team chats and all that other stuff, when a guy gets in a little bit of trouble, it tends to kind of throw things off. But got to stay focused here. Got to keep the eye on the prize, and keep your eyes focused forward. I know Doug Neal right now is probably in for a caution, but not surprisingly, these guys are putting on a hell of a show already, Jamie. Watch some of these drivers here. It looks like the gap is closing in. A couple of these drivers are getting a little bit closer to our leader, Nathan Maurer here, as Jake Ham has kind of closed in the gap just a little bit. Joe Yates is within 1.1 of our leader. So I think the tires are starting to show up here a little bit as we're getting ready for 15 laps into this run. Again, with the fuel strategy and all that stuff, these guys should be able to go about 52 to 54 laps on a tank of fuel here tonight. So I would imagine, if this thing starts to really get that green flag look to it, a lot of drivers should be looking to cut this race in half, get their pit stop at that point in time. 15 laps into our scheduled 100 here this evening, and what's been a fantastic start to our playoffs at Nashville. If you've ever been curious of what it's like to run a lap or two around Nashville Super Speedway, why don't we take a couple laps with our leader, Nate Maurer. As you can hear right there, you can hear him off the throttle for quite a bit of time, really waiting to get back to it. Again, off the gas early and just letting that truck settle. See that truck really wants to push up to that outside wall coming out of four. With this concrete surface and everything, it really starts to chew these tires in. A super cool track, a lot of fun. One of those, we'll call it an oddball track. Like I said, it wants to be a mile and a half. It didn't quite get there. But it wanted to be just a little bit better than the short track, and it did that.
You're on it. It looks like any other mile and a half. But that's not right. This is really a driver. Like Charlotte, places like that, where a driver really is that.
Cody McElwain starting to cut his way back through the field here. David Cameron's falling back just a little bit. We now see Regis Clark up in the 9th position, and I tell you, Regis Clark and Alex Cruz have connected nose to tailgate this entire race. As one moves up, the other one moves up, and now both Regis and Alex Cruz are in the top 10. Continue to make a good lap time around here. Go back in and check on a couple of our other playoff drivers. Scott Rankin still at the back of this field. Jamie, I'm not sure what the call is here. I would not expect the 49 to be this far back in the field, but he's back there running in 19th position, not making up any ground. That could very well be. Definitely something going on in the 49 camp right now. As we look a little further back in the field, Doug Neal kind of running by himself at this point in time. He's 17 seconds back of our leader, but still well within the lead lap. You know, they're making lap times of around 31 and a half seconds here, so he's still got quite a bit of gap until he has to worry about getting lapped. But I guarantee he's screaming for a caution. Absolutely not. And, we're going to have to see here a little bit. I mean, the lap times have definitely fallen off by about, about 1.3 seconds at this point in time. So they're almost a second and a half off of where they started this race at. And, you know, my gut tells me that everybody's going to cut the race in half, but it wouldn't surprise me to try to see some guys cut this race into thirds.
With this much drop off, I can definitely see it. But it's a gamble. It still is a gamble. There's no caution. That's a lot of time you got to make up with somebody who doesn't stop. Better hope you're really going to pass.
Don't look now, but Jake Hammond's coming. He is 4/10 back of our leader. Joe Yates still hangs in about a second behind our leader. Cody McElwain's been able to, close in a little bit. He's within about 2 seconds of the leader. So all the trucks right behind Nate Maurer are faster than him at this point in time in the race. So this is going to be really interesting to see as we are on lap number 26 of our scheduled 100 here this evening. Are any of these other drivers really going to be able to get up here and challenge him? And right now, I think they're going to, Jamie.
Definitely looks like Jake Ham. Looks like Jake Ham, Joe Yates, and Cody McElwain. He's the hour right now. See if it was, catching him past.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, get there and being able to do something with him, yeah, two totally separate things. But I don't know. It's heating up a little bit. Every time I look up front, I think they're closing in on him. I think Nate is watching the broadcast, puts the gas down a little bit more because now he's gotten his gap back out to 0.6 of a second. So a little back and forth between our top 4 drivers here. But again, a lot of great racing going on all the way around the track. And again, Regis Clark and Alex Cruz continue to move up through the field. I find this just uncanny. These two drivers have just run nose to tailgate the entire time, and now they are up in 8th and 9th position.
That's Alex for you. Find the latch on to you. Let them make the holes, and he'll go through them. So that's how you right there.
It sure is. Alex has always been known for his long run speed and really been able to take care of his truck. And not surprising to see him just methodically working his way up through the field. Never been a whole lot of flash with Alex, but he's always there at the end. And him and Regis Clark now continue to move up through the field as they're closing in on the back of Travis Bieber and Ryan Pendleton right there. So they continue to cut their way up through the field. William Piano Man Schroeder has now worked himself up into the 11th position. So he continues to move forward as well. So a lot of our playoff drivers here tonight are having some great races. But right now, the first two out is going to be Doug Neal and Scott Rankin. It looks like Doug Neal has now brought his truck down onto pit lane, so he is definitely going to make this on 2 stops. He's going to short pit this thing here a little bit, get those tires, get those fixes, and see if he can't get out there and shake some things up, Jamie.
Yeah, that's really the only thing he can. Fortunately, it was a single car incident that kind of got him up in the wall earlier, so iRacing didn't throw a caution on that. So it's really put him behind. Not looking like his fellow Go Locker Racing Truck Series drivers bring a caution out to help him out. So he's got to do something different to try to make up some time.
Yeah. And I think we're going to start to see a couple drivers come down pit road. I see that Mike Bertosa brought his truck down pit road. Looks like Travis Bieber attempted a pit stop. I think he's on pit road at this point in time. No, he is spun out trying to get onto pit road because that 114 truck was sideways right there. He gets the truck righted. He's down on pit road, but he's going to lose all kinds of time right now. Tough break for Travis Bieber in that 114 machine right there.
Look at the battle we got from 7th to 11th place. There's 5 trucks that are all within a second of each other. That is pretty crazy for that type of race, right? Usually you can see bunches spread out. To have 5 that are basically lined up like that. Pretty cool.
Yep. As I've commented on many times, Regis Clark and Alex Cruz continue to race nose to tailgate, and they have both moved up one more position to 7th and 8th. So a lot of really cool stuff going on right now, and a lot of great racing. Nate Maurer continues to just kind of maintain that gap. He has opened it up to 0.8 of a second now. Joe Yates stays between 1 and 1.2 seconds back, and Cody McElwain is kind of the same. He stays between 2 and 2.3 back of our leader. We are at that point in time where if these drivers were going to cut this race into thirds, now's the time they would be doing it. So I think a lot of our playoff drivers and those up front are looking at that halfway point right now, Jamie.
Absolutely. And that's probably the way I would play it. Yeah, drop off, there's a big drop off, but that's tough to make up. At least, you're talking at least 30 seconds per time you probably even more than that by the time you get off the road and make your stop and back off the road. So that's a lot of ground to make up. With a 100-lap race, I don't know if you got enough laps to complete runs to take that up.
As we take a look at our regular season champion here, Joe Yates in another 87 machine from Indy Auto Sports. Having himself a very solid night here, running in 3rd position. I'm sure he'd love to be up there leading this race right now, but comfortably, making the next round. And again, hopefully a lot of these guys will keep that eye on the prize here a little bit, as within the next, I would say 13 to 15 laps, we're going to see everybody come down pit road, grab a set of tires, take these trucks up, and make a race to the end here. But we are on lap number 37 of the schedule 100 here tonight. Again, this is Goat Locker Racing Truck Series Playoff, round of 8. Been a lot of great racing here tonight, and our playoff drivers, a couple of them not having the greatest nights here tonight. Scott Rankin back there in 16th position, and Doug Neal right now running all the way back in 22nd position. Really on a whole different pit strategy at this point in time. Just trying to make time up. He is going on a 2 pit stop strategy here. So we'll have to see. I'm curious to see how it plays out, Jamie, but I almost agree with you. I don't think this race is long enough for a 2 pit stop strategy to work.
Right.
I'd say
unfortunately, Doug Neal finds himself 3 laps down, so that's definitely not going to help him at all. He's going to have to find some cautions here. But even now, he's got 2 other cars that are
tell you, the surprise of the night is Jake Ham, one of the fastest trucks in practice. He qualified in the second position, runs in the second position, and has run one hell of a race here tonight, Jamie.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mike. You got to have that.
Strong entrance in the playoffs here. He's had a really strong season. Hasn't won. I don't think he's won one race, right? Since you're saying that, I guess I don't know. But I don't think he's won a race. But he's been really consistent.
Very
strong week in, week out. So good for him to have a good start to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. That was pretty funny. I can't lie, man. No, Jake Ham has not won a race here this season, but you know he races with us on Tuesday nights in the Super Late Model Series, and we've known him for quite some time from you know a previous league and all that stuff, and he is tremendously improved. His racecraft, his driving ability, and it's really starting to show up, and that's why I say it's my surprise of the evening is Jake Ham. And consistently throughout this run, he has maintained that second position here, and is showing these playoff guys that, hey, you're going to have to deal with me as well.
Absolutely. But don't look now. Cody McElwain is the guy that's on the move. He has knocked down quite a bit of time off the leader. 1.6 seconds. He's making enough time to pull all three of the top three, really. So, Cody's on the move.
And he really making quite a bit of time here. He's going to have to deal with, you know, Joe Yakes and Jake Ham here. And as we're getting down to, it's going to be lap number 44. So again, in a handful of laps, we're going to see all these drivers come down pit road, tank these trucks up, get that set of tires, and get back out there. So the action is getting ready to pick up quite a lot here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of these guys maybe pit a lap too early, just try to make up a little bit of time. As I said before, they should be able to go about 52 to 54 laps on the tank of fuel. So that fuel window is going to open here in about 3 laps.
Sure is. You're absolutely right. I would do my best to try to beat the leader on the pit road. Trying to make up some time with fresh tires.
As the fall off now is over 1.5 seconds on these tires. So 1 lap is the difference right now of Nate Maurer leading or Cody McElwain. Cody McElwain gets down pit road, has a good stop, gets back out on track. 1 lap is a second and a half, and it changes the lead of this race. Ryan Pendleton, another one of those Go Locker Racing guys, having himself a great night here tonight, up 5 spots from where he started to the 6th position. Great to see Ryan having a good run here tonight, because this will be the last race he's going to be able to race in with the Goat Locker Series. As he's going to be out doing some really cool stuff, and so good to see him having a good, solid night here tonight. Mike Browning haven't had a chance to call his number yet here this evening in that number 4 machine, but running back in the 12th position. Checking in on a few drivers here. There's Tony Minton in that number 14 machine, hanging out back here in 18th position, but up a couple spots from where he had started. So good to see him having a pretty decent night here tonight. Greg Barnett in that number 38 truck, running back in the 11th position. One of the biggest movers of the race is Jamie Mullins in that 66 machine, as he's moved up 9 spots from where he started, up into the 9th position. Right behind him is the number 22, William Schroeder, who's also up 9 spots and has moved himself up into the top 10. Cody McElwain has made the pass on Joe Yakes and moved himself up into 3rd position. So we are on lap number 47 of our scheduled 100 here this evening. Green flag pit stops are getting ready to start. We'll keep an eye on our leaders here and see when the first one is going to make a move.
Yeah, the suspense is killing me. I keep thinking they're going to see him peel off at any time, and they just keep going. Well, guys.
Somebody make the move. Somebody make the move.
Yeah.
My gut tells me it's going to be Cody McElwain. Cody McElwain's here to do one thing and one thing alone: win this race tonight.
Win, that's it. It's such a shame that keeps him from
I know.
being here enough to stay in contention for the playoffs. I know he would really like to be able to run for a championship.
As we continue to watch the leaders lap around, we are coming up on lap number 50 here. So if they're going to directly cut it in half, this would be the lap that they're going to come in on. As I'm starting to hear a couple drivers call out that they're going to come to pit road, but our leaders pass it up one more time. Looks like Joe Yates is the first of our leaders to come down pit road. So
that might prove to be a really good move on his part.
Joe Yates the first to make the move to come down pit road, so he's going to at least get a lap of fresher tires over these guys. So we're going to have to see how it all starts to cycle out here. Is he is going to start bringing down all the drivers here, as nobody wants to lose that amount of time here on pit road, but he hits his pit box clean, and we'll see how it all starts to pan out here. As Cody McElwain locks it up, coming down onto pit road, gets down to pit road speed, smoking those back tires. He hits pit road, and Nate Maurer passes up pit road one more time, and so does Jake Ham. So now he's going to be 2 laps behind on tires to Joe Yates. So right now, Nate Maurer is going to lose about 3 seconds to Joe Yates. And now Nate Maurer is coming down pit road. Jake Ham stays out.
38 pitting.
And Nate Maurer has to lock him up. And almost slid it into the grass, but I believe he gets it down to speed there. There have been some. They're trying to get everything they can to get down on pit road, Jamie.
Yeah, but definitely don't want to get yourself in a speeding penalty that takes you out of this race, or wreck the truck, as we've seen. Somebody else has issues getting on the pit road and spinning out. So, kind of a fine line you gotta walk when you're making those decisions on how hard you're gonna come off the track on the pit road.
Right now, when this cycle goes all the way through, Cody McElwain will be our leader. Joe Yates behind him. So we'll see where Nate Maurer comes out here, as Nate Maurer is coming off pit road right now. Depending on how fast he gets up to speed here comes Cody McElwain. And Nate Maurer, oh my goodness, this is going to be really close right here. Looks like Cody McElwain is going to be able to get to the outside of him. This is going to be the race for the lead right here.
Repitting.
Cody was definitely faster. Nate, at the end of that run, going to push him all the way down the backstretch. But Cody was definitely faster, so we'll have to see whether he lays back again this time, or will he stay?
Nope. If you're watching what I'm watching, he ain't laying off of nothing.
He's definitely made the move to the inside. He's going to make this pass and take over the lead.
Yeah, he ain't playing around anymore. He's going to send that number 6 machine up to the lead here. And if Nate Maurer, he doesn't have to race the 6 truck for anything. He's racing the other playoff drivers here, so got to keep a cool head about you too. I know everybody wants to get out there and win races and all that other kind of stuff, but got to keep that cool head around you. As Jake Ham finally hits pit road here, we'll have to see where he ends up cycling out. Interesting strategy from the 3 crew.
14 actually.
We'll see where he ends up coming back out here on the track. It looks like he's going to fall out in 8th position. So definitely lost some time to some of his other playoff drivers here, as Alex Cruz is now up into the 7th position. So green flag stops have been completed. We'll run through the field here real quickly here, but Cody McElwain has taken over the lead of this race by getting a couple laps early. Nate Maurer is back into second place. Joe Yakes moved his truck up into third. David Camara is sitting in fourth position. Andy Kurtz is having himself a heck of a night here in that number 48 machine as he is up into the fifth position. Ryan Pendleton in sixth. Alex Cruz back there in seventh. Jake Ham, as we noted, was stayed out there for a handful of laps to lead some laps there, but is now back in eighth position. Regis Clark in ninth. Jamie Mullins is going to round out our top 10 right now. Check in on our playoff drivers. William Ganneman Schroeder is back in 12th position. Scott Rankin is back into 15th position right now. Doug Neal still back in 22nd position, 2 laps down. So tough break for him here tonight.
Now Cody and Nate have caught some lap traffic, trying to make their way around Mike Yates' 17 truck. So far, they've been around him. Now Nate Maurer is going to look to the outside. Cody isn't able to make it there going into one. He's putting all kinds of pressure on the back of Cody McElwain right now.
He probably doesn't want Cody McElwain leading this race and seeing the long run speed that 6 truck had. Nate's got to be thinking, you know, if I want to go win this race, I've got to get in front of him. As we've seen, that 6 machine has some really stout long run speed here. Now Cody has kind of opened up the gap about 3/10 of a second over Nate Maurer. Joe Yakes back there hanging out about a second back of our leader. Again, we have been green flagged the entire time here. We're on lap number 60 of our scheduled 100 here tonight. This is the round of 8 in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Thanks to everybody that is tuned in on the Goat Locker Racing Network. It's been an awesome race here tonight. Good to be back here with the Truck Series, doing a broadcast for these guys and having a lot of fun. Big shout out to our sponsors, Veterans 48, Jam Printing and Promotions, Gill Insurance Advisors, and everything that they're doing as we look forward to, you know, a lot of different things. Big shout out to the Ellingson family and all that they do to help out as well. I think everybody, almost everybody in the league's got something cool from Mama Ellingson. So tough to see that Jake wasn't able to make it out here tonight. I know his work schedule's been a little bit funky here and all that other stuff, but again, thanks to all of our sponsors and everybody that comes out here and races and everything that we do. It has been an absolute blast, and this has been, Jamie, I don't think we could ask for a better playoff race to start this thing.
Absolutely not. So far, 62 laps, completely green. I imagine we're going to go the rest of the way. Probably. Guys have done a great job as they've done a full season.
Yeah, it has been a phenomenal season. And to see these guys kind of get out here on these tracks, we've had many races with 1 caution, no caution. These guys are just top-notch drivers who really understand how to race around each other. And you see guys running hard. You see them running, you know, side by side and nose to tail, but running clean, just good, hard racing. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to call some of these races. It's been a lot of fun to jump behind the wheel of the truck and race with these guys. And can't wait to see what the next 2 races look like. We head off to Auto Club to crown our champion.
Getting close to having to start looking at what season 3.
Yep, and we'll take a break here for the holidays and enjoy our time again, family and friends over Christmas and New Year. So be on the lookout. We'll still do some fun runs and some things along those lines and just have a blast within the league. No pressure kind of things. But after the first of the year, we will launch season 2 of the Easy Killer. Season 2 of the Super Late Models and season 3 of the Truck Series.
Okay. I see what you did there.
We got a lot of cool things that we're going to be working on in the off season. We've got some new sponsors that we're going to be bringing on board as well. We're going to work on some really cool things to make Go Locker Racing even better than it is. We've got new swag coming. You know, we gave away every single hat that we had. We still got some dog tags and some water bottles. We're going to get some new swag as well over this holiday break and come back, you know, for season 3 of the Truck Series, Jimmy. And really, in Goat Locker Racing as a whole, even better. We're going to have some really cool fundraising events as well. We still have a lot more money to raise for Veterans 48. You know, so stay tuned, as that lap truck is probably scaring the holy snot out of Cody McElwain right now as it bounced off the wall there a couple times.
Yeah. Just to face Nate Mauer at all, though. I've seen it a couple times now when they've been dealing with lap traffic where he's not showing any fear, just kept the nose of that truck right up there with Cody McElwain. I don't know. Sitting here being the first playoff driver in the race, I would have probably backed down to that a little bit. Just taking my time there, but hey, I guess Nate Mauer wants to win this race and win a championship.
I guess so. I'm kind of with you, Jamie. Knowing the ultimate prize, what's ahead of me, and just being able to ensure I make it to the next round would be my primary goal. So I don't think I'd be all over the back of the 6 truck right now. I think I'd give myself a little bit of a gap and just know that, if the race finishes the way that it does, I made the next round.
Absolutely.
But then again, I say those things, and then the competitor would probably get into me and be like, no, we'll go win this race.
Sure. Nate Mauer, I mean, he's thinking right with Cody McElwain. We saw earlier where he was able to separate himself from second and third place. Cody's not been able to get away from Nate.
No, and there's still, I call it a little bit of a short run at this point in time. They're 30 laps into this run, and we really saw Cody come on in those last 10 laps. It's really where 10 to 15 laps where he really started to shine. So I think if Cody can hold him off for the next 15 laps, we're going to start to see that 6 truck.
Thank you.
So we've now completed lap 70 here. 30 laps left here to go to decide who our 6 playoff drivers are going to be going into next week. Been a great race so far. Again, we've said it a couple different times. Green flag the entire time. Green flag pit stops. A lot of hard racing, side-by-side racing. These guys are putting on a hell of a show here tonight. Let's go through and check in on our playoff drivers. Nate Mauer right now leading the playoff drivers, running in 2nd place. Joe Yates sitting back there in 3rd position. Jake Ham has moved himself up into 5th position, so he is starting to take advantage of the newer tires that he has on the field. Ryan Pendleton continues to run at 6th position. Alex Cruz right now running in 7th position. Now it's Regis Clark behind him, so through those green flag stops, those 2 trucks have flip-flop and still run nose to tailgate. William Schroeder has moved up into the 11th position right now. And again, the 2 drivers on the outside looking in is going to be Scott Rankin running back in 14th position. And it's going to be Doug Neal, who continues to run back in 22nd position. He's come down pit road, got his set of tires, and he's going to get back out there one more time. But unless Scott Rankin can get a little bit closer to William Schroeder, because Scott Rankin does have a race win and 2 bonus points, he's going to be on the outside looking in, Jamie.
No, definitely would not have guessed that going into this race tonight. Wow. But, that's the way it works.
Thanks, Greg.
It's the schedule here, each race is a knockoff race, or knockout race, or that. So, pressure's on week in, week out.
Well, and with our playoff format, there aren't multiple races in each round. It's one race. That's it. You got to go out there and perform. You almost look at it like a college football playoffs or any other playoffs. You got one game to go out there and perform. And if you miss the mark, you miss the mark. It doesn't matter how good of a season you had. You got to get them out here and perform each and every week, just like you said, Jamie. And so some of these guys that missed the mark here early in the race, like Scott Rankin and Doug Neal. Doug Neal unfortunately got up into the wall without any cautions. You just can't recover from something like that.
Yeah, 75 laps. Every one like a racing truck series.
That's right. Just a typical night out here hanging out, watching these phenomenal drivers do what they do. A lot of fun, man. I'm super excited to get back to the truck series and get these guys back out on track, as they always put on a great show. So it is not disappointed in the least bit here tonight as we continue to watch the battle for the lead. Nate Mauer's not going anywhere. Cody McElwain's not going to let him around either.
No, Cody's not going to let him get around. If Nate's going to get around him, he's going to have to be around him.
So they're coming up on the.
Care about playoffs.
No, he don't care about nothing. He wants to go out there and win himself a race. So they are coming up on the back of Mike Browning right now. Mike Browning will, I guarantee, just get up out of the way. Big blinks out of Mike Browning right now. But we continue to watch the race up front here, as that's a lot of great racing going on right now. Joe Yates is falling back 2 seconds back off of the leader. As now we see the lead trucks navigate around the 4 truck here.
Hello here, Doug.
As predicted, Mike Browning just moves out of the way to let these two boys settle it out between them. Coming up on 22 laps left here to go. Again, a lot of awesome racing here this evening. These guys continue to battle it out front. Go back and check in on Joe Yates, who's just kind of running by himself at this point in time, sitting in a great position, moving into next week. So I think he's just kind of happy and content where he's at. He's got nobody in front of him, nobody pressuring him from behind. I tell you, if I was Joe Yates, I'd just have a smile on my face right now and hang out, knowing I'm making the round of 6.
And I mean, what? It's going to be way back, one position back from Nate Mauer. You can really ask for more than that.
Nope.
Well, I forget how bonus points will carry over, right?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Okay. So actually, he'll retain the points lead then if Nate Mauer doesn't win this race.
Yeah, and that could be another reason that Nate Mauer's up there trying to win the race. He wants to snag himself a couple more bonus points. Looking right now at Jake Ham, who has got that truck up in 5th position. And even through that strategy, he's still well within making around the 6th at this point in time. So he continues to do really well here tonight.
Very good run for Jake.
Alex Cruz running solidly in 7th position. Again, if things were to finish up right now, he'd be on to the round of 6 as well. Regis Clark back there in 9th position. So this is the first time all night, JB noted, that those 2 trucks have been separated by another truck.
Yes, that is true. Just like that. Maybe Mullins has got that 66. And actually, Clark is kind of falling back. He's running about 3 seconds.
He's,
2 seconds back.
he has gotten into the wall on the right side of that 8 truck. He's pancaked with some right rear damage as well. So at some point in time, that 8 truck has gotten up into the wall. And that is what's kind of got him back here a little bit, but still comfortably within making the next round of the playoffs here. Right now, the last driver to make the round of 6 is going to be William Piano Man Schroeder, as he still runs in 7th position. Even Scott Rankin with his win is not going to be able to overtake William Schroeder at this point in time unless Piano Man falls back one or somehow Scott Rankin picks up another position here.
Which, I mean, it's not out of the question for Scott to be able to do that. Roughly 3 seconds behind 17 Lucas. So with 16 laps to go, definitely haven't worked it out for a 3-minute time. It's not impossible.
Inside wave.
So now we're going to see Doug Neal on these fresher tires try to navigate around these 2 leaders here. You can see he is taking his time, as he does not want to be a part of this race up front.
Inside Greg.
As he continues to just stay behind the leaders here.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
our eye on the leaders as Nate Maurer continues to try to figure out a way to get around this number 6 machine.
Yeah, we wanted the two of them. They both have different entries going into 1 and 2. Nate Maurer can really close up Cody in the middle of 1 and 2, but you can't really do anything with him. But it's just, again, really put yourself in a position to really mess this race up. But I get it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie, but, you know, I'm not behind the wheel of that truck, so we'll see what he ends up doing. But I also know that I've seen that 6 machine leading a race, and it's awful hard to get around it. So we're winding it down. 14 laps left here to go tonight in our Goat Locker Racing Truck Series playoffs. This is the round of 8. Been a great race here this evening, and a lot of fun racing. Green flag pit stops. We've been green the entire time. Couple of hiccups for a couple of our playoff drivers. Right now, it's going to be Scott Rankin and Doug Neal on the outside looking in. And I know within the picture frame here, you guys are like, wait a minute, Doug Neal's running third. He's a couple laps down, got into the wall early, had to go, oh! And they keep everything straight. Not sure if that was he got into him or net code or what happened there, but there's definitely some damage to the rear end of Nate Warrior's machine. And that is now going to shuffle Cody McElwain back, and I guarantee the driver of that number 6 machine is hot.
Yeah, there he is.
Inside 10.
I'm not sure if we were able to look back at that or not and see
Take a
what
look
happened
here.
there.
We'll rewind here a little bit and see if we can see what happened to cause this here.
A little optimistic. Thanks, though.
As we will try to slow it down here and look at it from a couple different vantage points. As we see these two trucks go down into the corner here. Gotta love you some slow-mo. As it looks like Nate Moyer slides up the track and just gets into the right rear of Cody McElwain. No other real way to say that one. Might have been a smidget little bit of net code there, but well, we'll see Nate Moyer slide up the track just a little bit. Now, I will tell you something. That is a hell of a save by Cody McElwain in that number 6 machine.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he was able to get that truck collected up without killing both him and Nate Maurer. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just on my end that I'm not seeing it correctly, but Cody's truck really doesn't hurt. Nate Maurer's got quite a bit of damage on the back. I'm really kind of surprised that he's able to maintain the pace that he is. Cody's actually falling back from it.
Yeah, as we look at the lap times here, and again, it looks like Doug Neal's just going to hang out behind his teammate, not do much with him. But there is a lot of damage to the right rear of that truck. But with 9 laps to go, I'm sure Nate Maurer's just wheeling the hell out of it. You got to just kind of put the pedal down at this point in time and see what you can make happen. A tough break there as Cody McElwain loses another 1/10 of a second to our leader. So I think that number 6 machine is hurt worse than we think, and number 971's hurt is not hurt as bad as we think. Coming up on 7 laps left to go. Nate Maurer has moved that 971 back up into the lead of this race. He was led pretty much the entire first half of the race. That time around, Cody McElwain does make up about 1/10 of a second here, but he's going to need to make up a whole lot more time than that. So now we see the 17 coming off the pit road. And we're going to see Mike Tosa up here as well. really some of these lap trucks are going to want to try to get around him here, and I don't know what Doug Neal is doing at this point in time. I don't know if he's playing blocker here, but he's got a lot better tires.
Right. I mean, you're wanting to kind of protect your teammate there. Let's let these guys go so we don't have an issue late here. Completely changes what's happening with this race.
Continue to watch here a little bit as Cody McElwain gives that 10th of a second back. 5 laps left here to go tonight. Again, got some playoff. Scott Rankin has moved up into the 14th position. William Pianaman Schroeder has now fallen back to the 12th position. So that could flip-flop those spots right there, Jamie.
And Scott Rankin is the most within second now. It's going to get Lucas take over that 13th position. So, you know, we talked about when he was 3 seconds back that it wasn't impossible. Definitely went to work and made up some time. He's got 3 laps to finish it off. He can do it.
And it might be that race win that he got earlier in the season that's going to save his playoff hopes here, as he is only 2 positions back. He's running in 14th, and William Schroeder's running in 13th. So those 2 bonus points are going to catapult him in front of him, and William Schroeder is now going to be the first truck out.
Inside Mike.
As we continue to count the laps off here, coming around to 2 to go. Nate Maurer has a very comfortable lead here. He's now almost up 2 seconds of Cody McElwain. Joe Yates running about 2.3 back. So right now, everybody running comfortably here as we're coming up on that 2 laps left to go.
Continues to step away here, second place. No pressure for him. 4 laps to go here to wrap this one up.
And what a phenomenal race here tonight. We're going to do the entire race under green flag here as the white flag is out, and we are going to finish this race up here. What a phenomenal race here tonight. So before we crown winners and playoff drivers, congratulations to the entire field on running one hell of a race here tonight. Nate Maurer heading off into turn 3 with a very comfortable lead. And as long as he doesn't blow an engine or something here, he's going to easily win this race here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. So congratulations to Nate Maurer on the win here tonight. 2 more bonus points headed into next week, and our round of 6 is going to be set. Cody McElwain does finish up in 2nd position. Joe Yates in 3rd. David Camera in 4th. And Jay Cam is going to round out our top 5 here this evening. We'll wait for the points to settle out. But Scott Rankin was able to get up into 13th position. William Schroeder in 12th. I believe that's going to put William Schroeder and definitely Doug Neal, 2 trucks that get eliminated here tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, it was going to happen. Everybody.
You're right, everyone.
Mainly for whoever that turned out to be. I know there's be some disappointment, but there'll be some excitement. Starting the playoffs, so
And as you can see here a little bit on the replay, that number 6 machine had some words to say to the 971 there afterwards, and I can't blame him. Cody McElwain ran a hell of a race, but our winner here tonight is going to be Nate Maurer in that 971 machine as we watch him get the burnouts in.
yeah, we'll see how it races.
Well, we got Joe Yates in the waiting room, so let's grab our 3rd place finisher and have a chat with him. Hey, Joe, Pat, and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, man. Well, you had an awful quiet night here this evening. Just kind of hung out in the top three all night long. Ran a very clean race. So, take me through your race here tonight and how you brought that number 87 home in third place.
Well, I did everything I wanted to tonight, which was just keep up what we've been doing all season and just quietly run there in the top five. Actually didn't even own this track until last week, so trying to figure it out. Brand new challenge. I exceeded all my expectations tonight. I just wanted to get something solid together, and these long races without any cautions are so much fun because you really got to put everything
Good
together.
race, everybody.
And this track is this is an awesome track.
Yeah, Joe, congratulations on a strong third place finish here tonight. Good start to your playoffs. Good solid start. Sure, you wanted to win, but hey, kept the truck clean. Had a good finish. What were your thoughts there with just starting with Nashville Super Speedway? What are your thoughts with that turn 3 and 4?
Oh man, turn 3 and 4. I struggled there. I struggled there all night. I never seemed to feel like I could figure it out. I really liked turn 1 and 2, but man, 3 and 4. It wasn't until like those final laps I was able to figure out kind of like a diamond line and really start getting some runs there. And I wish I had figured that out like 10 laps earlier.
Yeah, definitely turn 3 and 4 requires a lot of patience. You really have to wait to get back on the throttle. Uh, much longer than what you think you but definitely makes it for a fun, challenging track to drive. Again, congratulations there, Joe. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to Indy Autosport and our drivers. I mean, all four of us that were in the playoffs, we all moved on here based on our math. And also Mike, they're also out there as well. And our sponsors, Sim Racer Coin, Martin Sports, and I was streaming this whole thing on Blemish. We recently hit 100 followers over there, so I'm going to be doing a big celebration stream on that soon. I don't know what we're going to do, but big thing soon.
Well, awesome, Joe. Well, congratulations on making the round of six here. Can't wait to see you next week, and hopefully we get to talk to you again.
I'm looking forward to it. That's one of my favorite tracks up there, Richmond. Love that place.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again tonight and making the round of six. And like I said, hopefully we talk to you next week.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys next week.
All righty. So let's go ahead and grab a hold of Cody McElwain, who I guarantee is not very happy, but we're going to talk to him anyway. Hey, Cody, it's Pat and Jamie up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Cody, you called a good race. You ran a damn good race, and you come down there to the end and some contact with Nate Maurer. But take me through your race and your pit strategy a little bit first, and how you made the decision to come down and grab those tires. And it really seemed like about 40 laps into this race, you really figured some stuff out and were able to track him down. So kind of take me through that part of your race.
Well, yeah. I mean, the first run, my whole plan was we're just gonna. I figured it had a good chance going green. Just wanted to save my tires until about lap 35 or so is what I told myself, and then I was just gonna push it as hard as I could and get everything out of them before I pit there. And I wanted to make sure that I was one of the first ones in that lead group to pit, and so I did that, and I was able to come out and into the lead there. Just it all went exactly to plan, man. And it happens. It's just a little contact between me and Nathan there, and all good though. Still come home in second place. We'll take it.
Cody, man, congratulations on the second place finish. I know it's not what you wanted. So, what's your thoughts on Nashville Super Speedway? Like it?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's just you have to take care of your tires. I mean, you can't just throw it in there 100% every lap. And any track like that, I always enjoy because I don't know. It's one of the things I feel like I'm decent at is saving my tires and getting the most out of the tires basically. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Hope we bring it back next season for sure.
Oh, for sure, man. It's an awesome track. I love it. So, again, congratulations on the second place finish. Great run tonight, man. You came up a little bit short from what you wanted, but anybody you'd like to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to all our sponsors at Goat Locker Racing, Veterans 48, Gill Insurance Advisors, Jam Printing and Promotions. They're supposed to be on the truck. Having some major computer issues. I think we got it halfway straightened out, but I did end up losing the file there for that, so apologies. Uh, let's move on down. Go G2G Trailers, Tracks for Vets, Travis Lee Creative, Goat Locker Racing Teammates. Just like to give a shout out to those guys. Just like to thank y'all for putting on this great league, and thank y'all for what you're doing in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, man, we saw your paint scheme all night long. That Jam Pro truck looked really good out there.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh wow. Okay, we'll take it. Then.
I'm not messing with you, man.
I was seeing Wood Brothers there, but okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, so we got to see it all night long. But man, Cody, hell of a race here tonight, man. And tough break there at the end, but what a great race, man. And looking forward to hopefully talking to you next week at Richmond.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All righty, so the man of the hour, let's get Nate Maurer up here into the booth. Hey, Nate, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. How you doing?
Uh, I'm good, man. Life's good. Things are going great. We're back here in the truck series. We've got playoff racing going on. We had 100 green flag laps here tonight. So take me through your race a little bit. I know there's some contact between you and the six machine there, and obviously the six machine wasn't too happy, and and all that other stuff. But take me through your race here tonight, man. You ran a very strong race, and how you brought home the win here tonight.
Not a big fan of this track. I ran a full fuel run. Start off practice. I ran here in Xfinity on Tuesday night, and these trucks race nothing like them. So it wasn't even like, I don't know, they're not even comparable to each other. But yeah, just the clean air, man. Dirty air is terrible with this track. I did not want Cody pitting before me or Joe. I think they both pitted one lap before me, and yeah, I was like, I gotta pit the next lap. I thought for sure Jake was gonna come. Almost missed pit lane because I didn't want Jake to close the gap up on me. And he kept going. I'm like, oh man, I should have pitted with the two other guys. And yeah, then the last 30, 40 laps, I didn't battle Cody when I came out of the pits. I guess I forget if the guy was. I guess I was in front of him. I kind of just let him go and just stay behind him. Tried pressuring him, and he didn't hit the wall. He almost hit the wall once. I got all excited there, and then I didn't get excited because he didn't hit it. Then I just kept on getting runs on him coming off the corner, and there's a couple times I could have went to his inside. I didn't know if he was on a block or not. I mean, I raced with Cody in here a good bit. He's a great driver, and he left the bottom open that one that one time, so I got underneath him, and I thought for sure he came down. I went and looked at the replay. I didn't go up. He didn't go down. He definitely didn't go down. I mean, it looked like there was about 10 inches of air between us, and you know how netcode works, but I don't know. Maybe I should have been more patient, and there's just no way to pass here. I don't know. I felt bad when I did it. I mean, yeah, I know Cody don't race like that, and I definitely don't race like that, but it happens, and I feel bad for him, but I don't know what else to say.
Nathan, man, it's racing, right? I mean, there's gonna be contact. You guys did a great job collecting the trucks up and keeping it from being the worst situation what it was. Congratulations on the strong run tonight and a win to start the playoffs. Can't do better than that. So, what's your thoughts from the? You got two more races. What's your thoughts with winning this championship?
Gonna happen. I never thought I was gonna make it. I never thought I was gonna make it past Nashville. This is only my third time racing here, and one time in the trucks a long time ago, and then Xfinity, and tonight. I don't know. Richmond, I'm good at Richmond. Sucks for my teammate Doug. He got taken out early on in the race, and he's really good at Richmond. But Auto Club, man, I don't know. I told you guys a few months ago I'm not good at Auto Club. I never have a chance of winning. And just in my Xfinity League a couple weeks ago, I dominated there, and I hate that track. So who knows? You never know. One bad night. I mean, heck, next week I could get taken out. Joe could get taken out. Anybody get taken out so early at Richmond. I mean, I think it's going to be more not going for the win, just trying to keep your truck clean and making it there to the final round.
Sounds like a plan, man. Good luck to you the rest of the way. We enjoy watching you race. So, anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, I got to shout out to you guys for running this league. You guys do a great job. Shout out to my teammate Doug Neal. Sucks for him getting taken out tonight, and Yeah, I'm just upset a little bit about wrecking the 6 tonight, but yeah, I'm actually not too excited right now. But yeah, thanks to all you guys.
All right, man. Well, hell of a season here so far. Definitely in the round of 6 next week. So we'll head off to Richmond, and hopefully we get to chat with you then.
Yeah, hopefully I talk to you guys too. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Well, Jamie, there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great start to the playoffs. Couldn't ask for a better race. 100 laps, start to finish, green. So, man, let's hope we can do this 2 more times and just have a green flag playoff season.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, some phenomenal racing that happened here this evening. Man, I don't know that we could say much more about it. I mean, just awesome racing. Congratulations to the guys that moved on into the round of 6. That's going to be Nathan Maurer, Joe Yakes, Jake Ham, Regis Clark, Alex Cruz, and Scott Rankin with the Hail Mary there at the end. But he makes it into that round of 6. So 2 drivers eliminated here tonight. William Pianaman Schroeder and Doug Neal. And, well, I think somebody
Come on now.
somebody had to lose here tonight. Somebody had to be eliminated from the playoffs, and unfortunately, that's William Pianaman Schroeder and Doug Neal. So, but they'll move on to next week and hopefully try to get a win here, as we continue to move on. But it's Richmond next week, so we're going short track racing.
Absolutely. And, again, somebody had to be eliminated. Definitely nobody that we were rooting against. So it sucks to know that anybody won't be racing for a championship come next week. It's the way it goes. And this week, there's going to be 2 more people that are kicked out. So, and it's Richmond.
Yep.
Anything can happen. So, like he said, no, we can get taken out. Nate Mauer's flying high this week. Both him and Joe Yates are sitting good to start these playoffs, but that could all go up in smoke on turn 1 at Richmond next week.
Absolutely, man. And as we take a look at the race results here tonight, again, Nate Moria is our winner. Cody McElwain finishes in second place. Joe Yakes in third. David Camera and Jake Ham rounds out our top 5. As we look at back through the field a little bit, great run by Alex Cruz, moves into the round of 6. Ryan Pendleton again for his last truck race here with the Goat Locker Racing Series, brings it home with a solid top 10 in 8th position. Regis Clark climbs his way back up into 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be Andy Kurtz, who had himself a great night here. As we look back here a little bit more, Travis Bieber, looked pretty strong there in the beginning. It was running top 5, ends up a lap down here tonight as he had a tough time getting on pit road during the green flag stops. And tough break for Doug Neal as he ends up finishing 4 laps down here tonight. So some heartbreak and some joy and whatever the heck else happened. But looking forward to Richmond next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a blast.
As we take a look at the remaining schedule here, we head off to Richmond next week. It's going to be a night race. 140 laps for the round of 6, so that'll be an absolute blast. And then we'll finish up and crown our champion at Auto Club Speedway under the lights for 70 laps there on December 16th. So be sure to keep tuning in. Be sure to keep supporting us. Again, things will slow down here a little bit over the holidays, but I promise you all, we've got some really cool stuff coming out the beginning of next year. New racing series, new swag, new sponsors, but the same mission and everything else, that we're built by veterans, supporting veterans, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to have some great announcements coming up with Veterans 48, and we're going to continue to raise a lot of money for them. But thanks to everybody that tuned in here this evening, and be sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series. I'll be behind the wheel of the car with a couple of other teammates there. And then we will turn back around on Monday nights as I will be doing a solo stream for the 87 series, but you can also tune in on the Rebels Racing Network. And then Tuesday night with the Super Late Model Series, and then back around again for trucks next Thursday. So, again, thanks to everybody that tuned in here this evening, and we will see you all tomorrow night.